Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Good afternoon, everyone. Those who are here on a Zoom, those who might be joining from Facebook Live, wherever you might be. It's Erev Shabbat in Los Angeles, and a lot of places in the world also. And halfway through the day, as it were, noon, time for us to claim some time for ourselves and to kind of recharge before the recharge, right? There's a reason why workouts need warm-ups. There's a reason why shacharit needs psuke de zimra. There's a reason why intimacy needs foreplay. There's a reason why we can't just go into the intensity of an experience. So Shabbat is supposed to be a whisper of the world to come and intense rest. And maybe the best way to prepare for intense rest is to have some rest, the kind of mindful rest that actually is doing something and nothing simultaneously. And my frame this weekend, which you'll experience in the meditation, is kind of a short preview, somewhat tangentially, to what I'm going to say tomorrow morning from the Bima. And it's focusing on the root kam, kuf mem, getting up, rising, which interestingly appears many more times in Parshat Chayei Sarah than you would think just based on the storyline. There's a lot of people rising up to invoke Hamilton. And I'm going to explore what rising up means, particularly after trauma, because the previous Parsha, Vayera, is full of trauma. I'm going to isolate that just for today and just have us meditate on what it means to rise up, what it means to ascend, and move into a loftier or more ethereal place. Because, as we've discussed, sometimes meditation can feel like a lovely descent into some wonderful womb, and sometimes it can feel like we are weightless and of the universe and of the heavens. Let's see if we can experience that even more deeply today. So with that in mind, if you have not yet, I invite you to close your eyes. And whereas normally in this situation, I invite you to experience the dual tugs of down and up, being pulled down into the ground, to the earth, being embraced by gravity, and also being lifted as if you have buoys attached to your limbs or helium balloons. Let's focus just on the latter. See how powerful your mind is that just by suggesting that you're floating, that you're aloft, that it is you and air all around you, that you're being held, that you're soaring, that just that suggestion actually helps your body experience it. It counteracts that which you know to be true, which is that you're seated with a weight pulling you down. Right now you're of the air. You're light as a feather. You're on a gentle but consistent ascent. Not like Icarus, you're far away from the sun or anything that will burn you. You're in a free expanse, untethered from whatever was holding you down before, physically, metaphysically. It's you and the air around you. And wherever your consciousness wants to take you as you rise and ascend and lift, fly. instead of noticing or noticing only what you see from this perch, because you might see things. You might see things you didn't expect to see because your mind placed you in places you didn't know you were going. In addition to what you see, or maybe more important than what you see and where you are, how does it feel? See if you can hear your mind put words to an experience which is utterly embodied, so you know it even without putting words to it, but we are a verbal species. And hear yourself say the words. In this moment, as I enter deeper into a mindful place, and as I reach higher and go higher and rise higher, I feel what? Hear your own voice. Put the word in. I feel, I experience, I feel. Pretty soon I'm going to move this from a guided meditation to an internally guided meditation as I release you from my voice and you focus on your breathing, with your only task is to keep yourself afloat, keep yourself in air, and notice how it feels. If another thought comes to you, release it, come back to your breathing. I am soaring, I am ascending. And how does that feel? When you're ready, and only if you want to, you can open your eyes and float back down from wherever you had risen up to. And we'll conclude this meditation with our closing prayer. And we'll say this 3 times together. May we and all blessed beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you all on Zoom and on Facebook, and if you're listening to this also on the Beth Am podcast, Shalom and Shabbat Shalom and Namaste.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.